What's up everyone, it's your girl Shay here and I'm back with another video for you guys. And as you can tell by this video, it is another Monday video, which is usually my Monday motivational videos. And I actually took to Twitter to ask you guys what was an idea that you guys wanted me to talk about for this Monday's video. And overwhelmingly, well, a few people actually like the idea of me talking about video games. And I honestly think it's a very fitting topic for what's going on nowadays. And what I mean by that is because I feel like video games now has become a great way for a lot of us to stay sane during this whole lockdown, quarantine, and shelter at home that's currently going on nowadays. And that's because so many of us nowadays are playing Animal Crossing, me being one of them. And I'm not someone that has played Animal Crossing before, but I can honestly say it is a game that I have noticed that so many people on social media are now playing. People are giving out friend codes, and people are usually, or as of right now, using video games as a way to de-stress with what's going on now, and also finding it as a way to socialize. So I decided to take to Google and actually Google the benefits of playing video games. And I found an actually interesting article from Engadget where they actually listed 8 different benefits of video games. And I'm gonna read off probably about 5 of them that I can actually really speak of, but there are 8 in total, and I'll probably link the article down below for any of you guys that are interested in wanting to read this article, because it wasn't actually a pretty interesting article to read overall. And I want to talk about the benefits because in reality, so many adults, me myself, I'm also an adult, but I mean, so many of us have known as kids that we've had our parents say to us, like, why you keep playing the video games? We've seen in the media that they try and make video games the bad guy whenever something bad happens. And in reality, video games have a lot of good, and with everything going on now, I feel like so many people are seeing the benefit of video games more than ever. So let's get into this list, and I will read off you guys 5 out of the 8 that I actually really do want to talk about, because I feel like they're kind of relevant to what's going on now. So the first one that they actually have on this list, the first one that I actually want to talk about, is improves problem solving skills. So I remember reading somewhere that a lot of people have said that sometimes at jobs they will hire people that play video games, and that's because of the fact that while playing a video game you have to solve an issue. In an action game, you're controlling a character and you have a split second to make a decision on how you're either going to navigate to the next level or make sure that your character stays alive. And I feel like this is honestly really true, because in so many video games you have to solve an issue, whether it's a puzzle solving game such as Candy Crush, or if you're playing a action game, for example like Resident Evil for instance, and you have to make a split decision on what to do, otherwise you lose a level or you lose a life or so on and so forth. And video games really help with this problem solving aspect. Next one I want to talk about is improves attention and concentration. To me, this is so true, because how many of you guys have ever been in the room with someone who's playing a video game and you cannot get their attention? They're just stuck on the game, and that is because they have to pay attention. And from what I can read here, it literally says, video games, especially action games, have proven to be able to capture the player's attention for the entire period of the game. This is brought about by the player needs to achieve certain objectives within the game and be able to progress to the next level. Now, in everyday life, you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Otherwise, something bad can happen. If you're cooking, you have to pay attention to your knife skills and make sure that you don't cut your finger off. And also, of course, if you are at any other job and you are concentrating on the job at hand that your boss gave you, you have to pay attention to what you're doing so that you can make sure that you, number one, do the project correctly, and number 2, that you can make sure that you pretty much achieve the goal that your boss set out for you to do. So that's why I definitely agree with this one, that it does improve your attention and concentration. Next, it is a great source of learning. And from what it says here, I'm going to read it word for word. Gaming is not only beneficial to adults and teenagers, but to children as well. Many modern education institutions incorporate video games as a teaching methodology. This helps these children improve their academic skills by providing video games that are specifically aimed at enhancing their cognitive and creative skills. This is true. How many of you guys back in school used to play this computer game or computer learning tool called Mavis Beacon? If you haven't, here's what Mavis Beacon was about. Mavis Beacon was basically a typing learning software, which basically taught you how to type on a keyboard. And within you using that software, there were also little mini games that you could play. For example, you had to type the words on the screen so that you could keep sharks away so that your character didn't die. Next, they also had where you were a grocery clerk worker and you had to type in the numbers on the keypad to input the vegetables or cereal or whatever the person was buying so they can put it in a bag and you're on your merry way. They also have where you're driving a car, you have to type the words out, and anytime you misspelled a word wrong or type a letter wrong, a bug would appear on the windshield, which would make it so that the driver was impaired and wasn't able to see the road in front of them. That was just some of the games that were played, and these honestly helped a lot. And now, since a lot of kids are currently not in school due to what's going on, they're unable to go to school, so they're using games to be able to teach the kids at home. And that's why a lot of actual websites, like for example ABC Mouse, is allowing a lot of kids to be able to use their software for free so that they can learn at home. You even see on iPads and in the the App Store, there are so many educational games that a lot of parents are using. And honestly, so many of us as adults use these kind of tools too. For example, how many of us has used Duolingo to learn a language? And Duolingo has a lot of kind of games or has a fun way to teach you how to learn a new language. I know for me, I'm currently using Duolingo to learn French. And I'm also using another app by the name of Drops to learn Tagalog. And both those apps use a fun way to teach us something new. Next, it enhances multitasking skills. An action game, for example, may require you to be very observant. It requires you to be able to move your joystick or keys while looking at the various features on your screen, such as energy levels, oncoming adversaries, ammunitions left, available time, among other factors, all which are vital to winning. This ensures that the player can observe and react according to all requirements of that particular game. How many of us have been playing a game and we don't look down at our controller, but we know exactly where all the buttons are and we know what to push at the right time, and we're able to multitask and figure out what's going on the screen? Like with Mario Kart, you gotta turn that curve and also somehow try and dodge that green shell that's coming your way, or somehow dodge the banana that's in your way. So many of us have had to do this, so I agree, it does enhance your multitasking skills, especially at work. And finally, one of the last ones I can speak on of, especially with nowadays, is improves social skills. And this is true. I don't even need to read off of this to actually talk about it. And that is because with so many video games now, you have a headset, you're able to chat with other players around the world or within your area. And with so many of us being stuck inside, that is more vital than ever. How many of us have said we are going stir crazy because of the fact we can't really talk to anybody? And it's true. We're unable to talk to people because we can't go outside. So what's the better way to talk to somebody? Online. And yes, I know with social media, so many of us can use Instagram or Facebook to talk to our friends and family, but using gaming as a way to talk to other people is also fun too. There are so many people that I know of and that I've heard of that have actually been able to meet so many great friends through them playing games together. Some of these are people that they have never met before or don't know much about. So yes, do play it very safe. If you are meeting people online, especially through gaming, through any aspect actually, and just be very careful about it. But it is a great way to socialize, especially now with games with Animal Crossing. I've seen so many people sharing friend codes that they can talk to people and hang out with people, that it's just been a great way to be able to stay sane with what's going on now. I will say video games you have to be very careful of regardless, so definitely make sure that you are playing games that are within your age range, so you're not playing anything that is too violent for you or anything else, and you're very much aware of how much video games that you are playing. But I do see the benefits of playing video games, and especially now because so many of us are stuck inside, I definitely also see those benefits as well, because it's keeping people from going crazy, and it's also keeping people from just the stresses from what's going on and being able to de-stress. So I definitely say go ahead and play a video game. And no, it doesn't have to be on a Switch or on a console. You can play a video game right there on your phone. I know so many people that have been playing Candy Crush. I know for myself, I used to play the Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery game. I've also played, funnily enough, the Kim Kardashian game. I've played so many games on my phone, so if you think that you need a Switch or a console to play a game, you don't. And mobile gaming is taking off like no other. So definitely find a game to play and use it to de-stress from what's going on. Because in reality, these are very stressful times. And I know that for a lot of us, you should probably stay off your phone, or at least stay off of social media or stay off of the news sites, because all it's doing is really scaring so many of us. And so I see no harm in playing a video game and getting your mind off of it, because it seems like half the world's playing Animal Crossing anyway. So just hop on board, because it is a really fun game. It is very relaxing. I know for me, as someone that's never played it before, I'm having a lot of fun being able to play it, and I'm learning along the way what little things I can do on my little island. And it is definitely a great getaway from what is going on, and definitely is keeping me stress-free, or as stress-free as possible during this time. So yeah, what are your thoughts about this? This may not have been the best video. Once again, I do apologize if this video wasn't that great, but I really enjoy talking about this topic and looking up stuff about it, because I enjoy playing video games. I don't play them as much as I used to, but I do enjoy all that they have given me from when I was a kid to even now, and I definitely do see the benefits of it. So yeah, comment down below your thoughts, and also feel free, if you want to, comment below your favorite video game right now. Mine definitely has to be Animal Crossing New Horizons, because I've been playing that game a lot. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll have links down below to all my social media accounts, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my blog as well. Like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy, and with everything going on today, stay healthy. All right, you guys.